When I was younger, I never wanted to be noticed. I never wanted to be the center of attention. And I definitely did not want a bright yellow backpack in the shape of a cartoon bee. When I wear my bee backpack, I feel like a cartoon character. Like this backpack is an item that will make me instantly recognizable. When I wear it, I can pretend like I'm the main character. And for a long time, this backpack was my face. 2021. That was the year I became obsessed with I took a screenshot from the music video for 800dB Cloud. And it stuck. It stuck longer than any other profile picture I had. The bee became me. But it wasn't until 6 months later that I got my hands on the physical backpack. See, the backpack itself was a gift from my girlfriend at the time. We became friends in college, but didn't start dating until a year into the pandemic. Every conversation we had leading up to the relationship, and for 6 months afterwards, was through Discord. And she saw me as the bee. And on the first day we saw each other in person, she gave me the backpack. When I opened the package, I laughed out loud. How could you possibly find this? How can I possibly use this? I'm gonna look like a child. But I didn't want to disappoint her. I wanted to show that I appreciated the gift. So I wore it, and wore it, and wore it, and took it everywhere, and, well, the bee became me, and I became the bee. When I met my online friends in person for the first time, they recognized me, not for my face, but for my backpack. I didn't have any way to know who they were, but they knew who I was. That was the first time the backpack made me feel like a celebrity. And that was the first time the person who I was online influenced the person I was offline. When I told the story to Reddit, a commenter told me to marry her. We broke up less than 2 days later. You were my face. I couldn't distinguish you from myself. You brought all the community. You wanted to come. But it was never long. After the relationship ended, I thought the bee was dead. I didn't carry it with me anymore. It's currently stuffed into a cardboard box in a friend's basement halfway across the world. But I was wrong. The bee wasn't dead. The internet doesn't let things die that easily. And I'd forgotten that the bee lived online to begin with. It was never about the backpack. It was never about the relationship. It was never about who I was. It was never even about me to begin with. The bee took on a life of its own and found itself in the hands of two very distant friends. One from the frozen Midwest and another from the desert of Kuwait. The bee is alive, and it's traveling the world without me. And it's smiling forever.